name is Joe Biden, and I love ice cream. What President Trump has done in going his spreading of racism, the way he deals with people based on the color of their skin, their national origin, where they're from, is absolutely sickening. No sitting president has ever done this. Never, never, never. No Republican president has done this. No Democratic president. We have racists, and they've existed. They've tried to get elected president. He's the first one that has. And the way he pits people against one another is all designed to divide the country, divide people, not put them together.
If Haiti, a god-awful thing to say, if Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it.
Lobbyists aren't bad people. Special interest groups are not bad people. But guess what? They're corrosive. People who accept the money from them aren't bad people, but it's human nature. You go out, Lynn, and bundle $250,000 for me, all legal, and then you call me after I'm elected and say, Joe, I'd like to come and talk to you about something. You didn't buy me, but it's human nature. You helped me. I'm going to say, sure, Lynn, come on in.
Now is the time to heed the timeless advice from Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. End of quote. I promise you, the president has that big stick. I promise you. This election year, the choice is clear. One man stands ready to deliver change we desperately need. A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America. Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, you sure how things had changed. One of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a baby cap. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm gonna wrap this chain around your head. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And those days used to remember the straight race. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
The fact is that what happens now is that we, in fact, have to fundamentally change the culture of how women are treated. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than in self-defense, and that's rarely ever occurs. And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. That saved billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
Tackle the number one job facing the middle class, and it happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word: jobs. J-O-B-S.
The younger generation now tells me how tough things are. Give me a break. We can speak out and be more straightforward. I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom.
Hillary Clinton is as qualified or more qualified than I am to be Vice President of the United States of America. Let's get that straight. And quite frankly, it might have been a better pick than me.
I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself and the men in which I talked about it. But what happened was they said, come back in your 40s, son.
Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion, $1.4 trillion. Out of $1.4 billion, $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it so much.
go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts.
Let him go. Let him go. Look, the reason I'm running is because I've been around a long time and I know more than most people know. And I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape line, let's do push-ups together, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do.
A damn liar, man. That's not true.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
And by the way, it's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years.
Will you ever run for political office again?
No, no.
I know I'm called middle class Joe. It's not meant as a compliment, means I'm not sophisticated. We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over fact.
Hello, we're back. How are you all doing? It's good. Might be better. Hello, everybody. Hold on, let me get up the thingy. Mexican Ruby, thank you. Cashew Paladin as well, thank you. My voice is a little rough around the edges today. I went to... Yes, I got my hair re-dyed and my it's done. I went to... It was a emo night yesterday. It was fun. That I felt good because the bouncer asked me to pronounce my like Serbian last name, presumably because he thought it was like a fake potentially, which is like crazy. I feel so youthful, dude, because I would have to be 18 years old for that to be the case. It's crazy. I feel youthful. I will live forever. Big side. Well, I did it. I convinced him. Little does he know that getting your hair bleached is the most Serbian woman coded thing. Do I sound different? Is it broken, or is it just because my voice is dead? Oh, is it the right? It might be the wrong one. Let's see. No, it's the right one. The voice, the bounce, I don't think so. I think you wanted to see me pronounce it, and I did a convincing enough job, so I was let in. But yes, I'm kind of hungover because I'm also getting old, despite my youthful appearance, despite what it might seem. I am getting old, and now I get like really hungover, which is probably good, because I feel like we gotta flip over the Joe Boo Boo. He's hiding. He's shy today. What was I saying? Despite my appearance, I am getting old, which is probably good because it means I drink alcohol less, which is good for you because alcohol is bad for you, in case you weren't aware. Not from screaming, just like talking. I feel like my voice dies really quickly. Health math checks out. How is everyone doing? What has been up? I haven't streamed in a little while. I'm sorry. I've been busy doing Christmas related, holiday related activities. Isn't your job talking? Well, my job is not talking in a setting where everyone has ear protection because there's really loud music. Thankfully, because that would be a terrible job for me to have. Am I a Santa truther? I feel like I'm Santa agnostic, you know, like if Santa wants to do something for me, maybe I'll believe in him. Although I guess like there's a bit of a Pascal's wager here, which is like, you know, you get nothing from Santa. You get some coal and you're like, well, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just believed. I should have just professed my belief in him. Santa is also kind of like God. You know, that is a funny thing. Santa is benevolent enough that if you... Although, if is not believing him, does that constitute something that's naughty? What do we think, chat? Pascal's naughty list.
3, 2, 1.
He spoke the truth when the cost was high. He lived for Jesus, unafraid to die. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. His courage our own. Together.
He just left. That's beautiful. Yes, no, I did have Santa. I am doing I think we're doing my family's doing the Slava tonight, I think. I can't remember how the calendar works. But then we also just do WASP holiday too. Is that a thing in like Eastern Europe where like or is this a European thing where like they open crescents at night? Because that's the thing that like my dad's like used to do when he was younger. Is the grandparents would like they would go down into the basement and be like, well, we're just hanging out in the basement, and then it's like, oh, Santa came down and then left, which is like so much more present to me than like overnight. Like overnight, it's like, well, we're asleep and he's a magical but like. Maybe that makes it more whimsical. Maybe I'm like talking myself into this being cooler. You know, and it's obvious like, oh, why is dad not here? Oh, he's just he's just somewhere, don't worry about it. Oh, you hear jingles and stomping upstairs. Oh, it's Santa. For really, you guys, it's midnight at New Year's, right? But no, I prefer the WASP tradition. It's a clean cut or whatever. I feel like I didn't believe in Santa very early on. I was like, no, that doesn't sound real. I want to say I was like 10. I can't remember though. I was like, that doesn't sound possible to me. I was like it's like my early 10 is kind of late. I actually don't think that that's true. What do you mean believers at the mall right now? What's the average age? Maybe it was before. I remember telling my friends like he's not real, and they're like, okay, this guy fucking idiot. He's not real, and who eats the cookies and the milk? Because 9 is marginal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can't remember the specific age. I remember my youngest sister she held on for a while. I think she was very sad to find out Santa wasn't real. It was maybe, is it 6 to 7? Okay, maybe my memory is that I was like 10 and one of my friends was like, "What are you talking about? Santa's real." And we were like, okay. All right. Okay. I didn't do that on purpose. I want to be clear that I didn't do that on purpose. I'm such a fat fucking shit. Did you guys bait me into doing that? Doing 6 or 7? I don't know. Jackdaw, thank you for the raid. Chatter got my ass. God damn it. See, I just live in like a blissful world where I don't have to think about 6, 7 when I log off, and that's why I walked into that so easily. Because I haven't been on the internet. I haven't been on the internet for you people to bait me. The We Are Charlie Kirk song is like really massive now. Like I thought that was like maybe it's like, it's funny. Like my best friend, I was referencing that to her, and she was like, "I don't know your stupid fucking internet memes," like, you know, which is like a good. That's to be clear, that's a healthy thing to say. Whenever you reference those in real life. But I was like, everyone knows the We Are Charlie Kirk song, right? And she's like, I don't know. But apparently, maybe among kids, the We Are Charlie Kirk song is like, who is saying this to me? It was a friend, or it was the lady who does my hair, I think. I can't remember, but her friend is a grade 6, 7 split teacher, which is just like hilarious. I don't know if you guys have split classes in the United States, but like sometimes they cram them into, you know, you can either be in the regular 6 class or you can be in the split. But apparently which is also, you know, I'm sure a nightmare being the 6, 7 teacher. But apparently they love the We Are Charlie Kirk song. Like they sing these young kids who do not understand the association at all are just like it's weird. Like Charlie Kirk has become like a weird like folk tale, completely like divorced from any sort of context. He's like a meme now. Yeah, it's bizarre. Like he's gonna live forever in the algorithm and also in the minds of like, there's something ominous though about like really young kids just screaming "We Are Charlie Kirk" like constantly. Like there's gonna be a bunch of kids who are like, "Oh, Charlie Kirk, that name is familiar. I remember like what was going on there," and everyone's like, "Yeah, I remember that as well. I remember Charlie Kirk, but I don't know what he did." I think that's incredibly funny. It's also like a good indicator that like, I feel like a decade ago, like the internet was like very segregated by age, where like there were young people had their part of the internet and there were the references, and like older people, but like that's just not the case anymore. Low Kirk genuinely. That's another classic. But it's just not the case anymore. There's such a weird like the internet monoculture, because like everyone is on the exact same app now. Like for a while people used to say like TikTok is like for kids, but like it's really not. Like kids use TikTok, but it's really inhabited by like, it's a very millennial app to me. Like maybe this is just my algorithm, but that's my association with it. And if it's on the same app, and like, especially it's an app that's like, maybe the difference is that this is an app the content is curated algorithmically. So it just kind of all blends in together. Yeah, or like Reels, it's like the same thing functionally. So yeah, that's why you get like, maybe it was like younger, it was like grade 3 or 4. 3, 4. Screaming "We Are Charlie Kirk." Yeah, I mean this is an all-timer.
10 years. Counting or not counting gang violence?
It's a classic. The conga line is like, I think this is like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. The conga line, the concept of them doing a conga line after is just so good. Oh man, it's so fucking funny. It's the same like Epstein as well. Like this is just like what's gonna happen with every figure. Absolute Kirkinema. Yes, another. This sounds like Bill Wirtz. Guy watching second, slightly jazz related. Getting a lot of Bill Wirtz vibes from this. Is Giant Steps Coltrane? Yeah, Coltrane. It's nice. I do just like, it's like, wow, this was funny, but now I'm just enjoying listening to this. What did I say about that video? We don't want to know it. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Maybe he'd like it. It's hard to say. That's the other one that's been stuck in my head. The Mussolini fascism one is out. The like, Oggi nasce il fascismo, which was the thing I was like repeating a bunch, doing chores around my house for a while. We're back to Charlie Kirky. Which like, what are the odds that becomes like a kid thing as well?
Charlie Kirky, I just bought the perky. Charlie Kirky, Charlie Kirky.
Like, I feel like kids love this, right? There was a uniculture. If they got "We Are Charlie Kirk," there's gonna be a bunch of kids running around like a playground, being like, "I just popped a perky." Oh, there's more. I didn't realize there's more.
What the fuck is going on, man? What are you doing right now? What you doing this weekend? Trying to get you in the farm tonight. Trying to get you to milk that cow just right.
Okay, sure.
Push my buttons. Charlie Kirky.
This is just culture. Everyone is 12 now. This has been said many times before, and it needs to be said many times again. Everyone is just 12, including me. We all grieve differently. That's true. Look, some of us go on like a big press tour. You know what I need to talk about before this? This is just like, oh my, I need to jump off a fucking bridge, dude. Like, oh. Like, it's the decisions here is so profoundly, it's like, it's gonna be so bad. Why would they do this? Like, you know, the thing that's annoying is, I think you're right, set up where it's like they're gonna be right-wing people who like make this a content thing because they're like, oh, it's based. But like if you were like a ancient like antiquity guy, this should be like very insulting to you. But I feel like it's only insulting to the type of classics, like it's like the gay classicists, which is like the actual academic ones are all gay for some reason. What is that TikTok where it's like when I need to find out what a word is in like Attic Greek, and the audio is like, I need to talk to a gay person. I need to talk to a gay person right now. What are the replies? So what do we... This is cinema. It's just not... Oh, the right's gonna be mad because it's not just white people. Yeah, I guess that's probably that's probably gonna be the right's thing. They're gonna call it DEI. Oh yeah, I guess that is probably the... Well, the as far as I understand, the helm is inaccurate, but it's like weird. Like it's a weird combination of like incredibly inaccurate, but then like why are you making this stylistic choice then? If it's gonna be weird, you might as well like, what would I actually like? What is the Odysseus helmet? Like did he have a boar tusk helmet? Like someone made this. It's just it's a weird choice. I don't know. I'm not a classicist myself though, so maybe I could be wrong. I didn't see anyone saying it was realistic. Trend of kids posting which teachers are allowed into Agartha. Yeah, see, it's just over. The crazy thing about this is that like this is all the New Order Hearts of Iron 4 mod's fault. They made him Yaku. How do you process that if you're like a gym teacher at a high school and it's like the white children that go to your school have made an edit of you where you're Yaku? Like it's just so bad. It's so bad. Like that's the thing about 4chan that's so funny, is like it is still like it's still an oddly influential website in terms of politics. Like all of this comes from like 4chan poll video editing stuff from like 4 years ago. Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. This must be like a bit. I hope that's not like real. It could be, honestly, at this point, sure. That's the problem. That's another problem with algorithmic content, is like anyone can go viral. Like because the algorithm picks it up, so you get a lot of like cases. It's asking like my younger relatives about this, who like were in high school like a couple years ago, and it's like, yeah, like every once in a while someone in your grade would have like a viral TikTok or whatever, and it would get a bunch of like hundreds of thousands of likes, and it was like a thing. It's like I don't think that most people's like should be able to process and have the capacity for that to happen. Like at least like old internet, you had to know people. Like it was gate-kept in a way that like 40-year-old's a rude mom. Oh boy, I sure hope giving my 10-year-old son a phone will be good for him. Yes, no, these are, yes, this one. And then it's like Gary and Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Which is so funny. Like he looks so weird. This specific AI iteration of him is like somehow the most like...
This is easy as fuck, bruh. Just plug it into the quadratic.
You know what I mean? Like I could see how they took an image of Charlie Kirk and made this, but it looks so...
Formula. Go ahead. Try it. Wait, what the fuck?
He got Kalinski'd. Yeah, he got Kalinski'd.
How am I supposed to take the square root of a negative number, bro?
That's true. Yeah, but it's like, isn't it? It's like actual understanding, because that's the thing that was like those AI sort of videos have been around for a while. Um, First of February through the podcast. Yeah, that was like 2021 or something. Was that 2020? I was like, yeah, there's these weird edits that come from this Hearts of Iron 4 mod that have been like increasingly influential. And it's like I couldn't have even imagined how influential they got now. Because all of those like this photo in the background where it's like Arian like that photo in the background, like it isn't from the New Order Hearts of Iron 4 mod, but like that's where everyone found it from, and that's where it like connects with Hyperborea, I think. It's like a 90s like Slavic Nazi, is my understanding, made that. That's where it becomes like in the popular consciousness, where this set of like, that was the thing I was saying about Attingementum from Josh's about Josh's newsletter thing about Hearts of Iron 4 like influencing a generation of conservative, like it's like he should have went, I think he's maybe gonna make a follow-up, he should have talked about like the fact that Hearts of Iron 4 like mods have created a really oddly large amount, or influenced a very oddly large amount of like far right internet culture and meme culture that has like subsequently influenced just like meme culture in general. Because that's like the thing about the right can't meme is like correct if you like don't look at the kind of, if you don't look at it more intimately, you can see like, oh yeah, like the mainstream, cat turd is not making influential memes or whatever. Alan Wake, thank you. But like no, they drive culture in America in a really significant way, which is not a surprise. Like America is a very conservative country culturally, especially now. Although Boost has some pretty cool leftist vest. What's the funny thing about the New Order mod is that like it's not a right-wing mod. The point, like the Nazis won World War II in all history, and it's like bad. That's the point, is it's bad. And like liberalism takes this like much more right-wing kind of hawkish bent, which is itself like also a capitulation to fascism. There's interesting political themes in the mod, I think. My endo let me swap to injections from pills, but the needles aren't covered by my insurance. There's you could probably look, I don't know what city you're in, but there are places where you can get like needles for free. Otherwise you should just buy them in bulk. I switched to thigh injections instead of tummy ones for subcutaneous. And I've liked it more. It's weird to stick something into your body, but I found it like easier. I still am like kind of vaguely itchy a couple days after my injections. Maybe I'm allergic to the sesame oil I'm injecting into my body. I hope not. I guess if it gets worse, I'll ask the doctor about it. It's going good so far, I think. I hope so. Anyway. I also get it from the pharmacy. I feel like a lot of times the pharmacies themselves will charge for supplies. Like it's not that expensive, but if you're trying to save money, I'm sure you can find it for free. I don't know though. I don't know. Vancouver is a woke location. So it could be different here. Although we're getting less woke. I think people like, there's a calculus people made of like, I don't want to see people who are homeless and addicted to drugs around me. Like that is more important than literally anything else. And that became the voter consensus. So it's like, like safe injection sites are like really good for making it so that people don't die. But it's like, but I have to be around them. which I think is probably bad and probably indicative of a very fundamentally rotten component of our society that alienates people from each other, or is downstream from influences that alienate people from each other. I mean, I don't know if we're willing to do that. If it's just like, yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. Then what other things are we willing to do to people to improve our standing? Like, I don't know. I think it's probably bad that people are so willing to throw like such a relatively speaking large portion of the population just away. And if they're willing to do that, like, I do think that when people are like, oh, it's hyperbolic to call like the police departments who do horrific shit to homeless people fascists, and it's like, it's fascism to them. If there is a legitimate explicit policy of like, we will throw you in jail if we see that you're out on the street and think you're addicted to drugs, to like forcibly like forcibly make you go like cold turkey or some equivalent to like treat you, which like doesn't work. You lead a horse to water, etc. Then like that is an avenue to expand and destroy people's rights. I mean, you see this with another avenue, which is like deportation through like ICE in America. Like these more, right, like to understand fascism in the 30s, you have to understand the Weimar government. And you have to understand like the fascists, when they seize control, they begin with that state apparatus and they expand from it. They began with the surveillance apparatus that had been, spying on dissidents and quote unquote undesirables from the Weimar liberal government. We have a society so there's a huge amount of addiction and family abandonment in the first place. Yeah. New Charlie Kirk meme. Oh no. This is a classic. I love pinnipeds. They're so beautiful. Oh, there's more? I like pinnipeds. They're very silly. They are sea dogs. They should be called sea dogs. It's fucked up that sea dog in Serbo-Croatian is shark. Because, like, that's not a sea dog. Sorry. No, sorry. That's not a sea dog. Maybe, like, in the ominous sense, like, let loose the dogs of war. Pinnipeds are sea dogs. Portland Sea Dogs. Is that a team? You can pet a shark? I mean, I guess so. I guess so. You can pet a lot of animals. Sharks are a type of dog. Yeah. You can pet anything if you're brave enough. I feel like you don't have to be brave to pet pinnipeds particularly. The biting count? The biting count is whatever you want it to be. What was I talking about? I can't remember. Sorry, I'm a little hungover today. Is this more? They have to... Yeah, I think it is disturbing. It's becoming disturbing to me, like, the extent to which Charlie Kirk is ingrained in public consciousness. Although, like, if the right is, like, pushing it... So this is an event between Nicki Minaj and Erica Kirk. They really like inbrained. I guess that's a Biden. I corrected myself, okay. It's really clear that they have culture.
For young men. And for young men,
didn't Erica Kirk endorse JD Vance for president in 2028? Like, when he's like, he isn't running yet? I mean, yeah, they should run JD Vance, dude. That's so smart. People love JD Vance.
Don't be new scum. Yes. See, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.
This is awesome. It's so clear that, like, to me, it seems clear that, like, Nicki Minaj just kind of wants to do this for a while. But she's like, I can finally do it now.
And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president.
Wait.
J.D. Vance. Models like the assassin.
The assassin JD Vance?
J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine.
People mourn in different ways.
Yes, we did.
She just derailing? Like, what? What is she?
You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been
Crispy,
called
thank you.
every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment.
Her makeup is so bad, dude.
Because if the internet wants...
Her makeup, like, a part of the weird look is, like, her makeup is just not good. God is good, amen, Erica. It's so funny, though, like...
I'm gay.
Excellent review, thank you. Like... She's like pausing. It's a complete fucking dead air, and it's like, no, you have to answer now.
About it, truly,
It's like the most insulting, the rudest way that she could have dealt with saying the word assassin accidentally.
Every single thing, and you know what? God is so good.
She does look like she has pageant mom makeup, absolutely.
And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip...
Yeah, it's not even mega face. Like, it's really weird. Like, it gets like lighter, closer to her nose.
Who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman.
It like changes her face shape. It's really weird.
Soul and a heart for the Lord, and words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter. And you say what you want to say, because...
See, they really... Sometimes you forget. I was talking literally just now. Like, oh, it's weird. It's kind of weird that Charlie Kirk is still ingrained in, like, internet meme culture. It's probably...
I know your heart.
It's probably for the best.
I do not judge that.
Sister. Thank you.
I mean, maybe the answer with Nicki Minaj is that she's just, like, insane now. I don't know, like... I feel like I never followed, like, Nicki Minaj, the person... like a decade ago.
Boys.
Like, I don't, was she always like this? Like,
be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. There's nothing wrong with being a boy. How about that?
Amen.
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
That's very profound, Nikki.
Boys will be boys, and there's
Oh.
nothing
Oh,
wrong
okay.
with that.
Okay, boys will be yep. Okay, sure. We got a Richard Tanania tweet. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, she is dating. It isn't her like, because the Megan's Law thing. Didn't Newsom? Is the reason that she's mad about Newsom right now is because Newsom referenced Megan's Law. Which was like, it was the Megan Thee Stallion diss track. Or like, it wasn't even a track, it was a single line where it's like, be worried about Megan, should be worried about Megan's Law. And it's something in relation to like, you have to, if you're like on the sex offender list, you have to like alert people. It was great. It was a moment like probably 2 years ago. I feel like Nicki Minaj, like the rest of her life, she's just going to be focused on like a single line in Megan Thee Stallion. Like fascism is gonna happen, and she's gonna be like, still like she's gonna be with the regime, being like, and also they're Zeke Heiling her at the rally, and she's like, and also again, fuck Megan Thee Stallion.
What's something the media and men?
I don't even like. How is she like? This seems with Nicki Minaj that she's like been negatively polarized in some way to be like a conservative now. But like by who? Like I don't understand. I don't really understand why. Is this like a thing where like you rage bait yourself? Oh, it's like the COVID thing, and then she was like, oh, my cousin had really big balls because of the COVID injection. Are Barb's backing this? I think she's lost a lot of her audience. Hassan's fault. Yes, didn't she get mad at Hassan about that? Was that do I remember this correctly? Yeah. So she was negatively polarized because of COVID misinfo. Yeah, she got ratioed by Hassan. That's funny. It's has been relevant since 2009. I think it's a bit after that. This is a couple years at least. When was the Monster verse? That was after 2009. She had the best verse in that album. Was it 2010? Oh, okay. Fuck, I'm old as fuck. Goddamn. I'm unk chat. Cause that's like being. I did realize that being like a Dark Twisted Fantasy guy is like just incredibly unk coded now. Super Bass was generational, yeah. Unk is chopped. Rick Ross did not have the best. Rick Ross did not have the best verse. No, that's not true. I was gonna say on that song, but that's not true. She contracted Kanye's Nazism from having such a good, yeah. That's how you can tell the Rick Ross verse wasn't good, because he didn't. Well, Rick Ross said that weird thing where he was like, was it You and Even Know remix where he's just like, I love drugging and raping women, and everyone was like, what? And he was like, sorry, and then like they just moved on. He was just like, sorry, and people were like, okay. Like I don't think you can, like I feel like that's not a thing you can just like say sorry about. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like yeah, that's not like a like. People being like, Rick Ross, rape is actually illegal. He's like, I didn't know that. Sorry. Like I feel like there has to be more of a reaction to that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like yeah, I don't I remember his response was like so insane. He's like, I feel like I love women. That's your sister. That's your, like that generic, like, that is someone who's in relation with a man. So, cause like, yeah, I don't know that every once in a while I remember that. It's not really a thing that you can explain to someone is bad. Like if you said that, it's cause you have done that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So maybe he did have the best verse, one of the best verses, and he contracted the evil Kanye. Well, Kanye has allegations too, doesn't he? There's like so many. I feel like the insane stuff about Kanye is big enough that it was like one of the like Kim Kardashian lookalike ladies he was dating. Who like he would make her, I don't know, because they're only doing this when they're beside Kanye, like to have like absurdly scantily clad outfits around him. Kanye went on Twitter and said he hate women. He got ahead of the story. There's a Bianca lady, yeah. Kanye, one of two black Nazi gooners that has made news headlines in the last like couple years. Which, you know, it's divide a nickel, etc., etc. It's weird that happened twice. Being your own whistleblower.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good. Despite
Beautiful. Kanye is a chaser, yes. No, the Dave Blunt song. The Dave Blunt song where he accuses, like, the guy who, like, wrote the, like, Heil Hitler song, or produced it, I don't know, was like, Kanye West groomed me, and, like, grooming in this context means just, like, he said if I liked Hitler that I could get fame and fortune, which is kind of like grooming if you think about it. What did I call him, like, a couple streams ago? He's like Jeffrey Blunts or something. Jonathan Blunts. But then he also said that Kanye loves trans women. Mr. Please. Blunt is my father's name. Jeffrey is my father's name. So Kanye is absolutely a chaser. So is what's his name? The other black Nazi gooner. Robinson? I feel like recently, or maybe this was right after the Charlie Kirk shooting, for a while, one of my, like, vocal stems was like, "Here's to you, Tyler Robinson." But I couldn't make that joke because it was a sensitive time. Do you know what I mean? It was a sensitive time. I have my what's your favorite dinosaur crop top on, just to let everyone know I have autism, just in case there's any ambiguity there. Autism, it's like the "please be patient, I have autism" hat. It's Therizinosaurus, in case you're curious, for mine. Therizinosaurus. Great dinosaur, really. Oh yeah, and then did I miss this? Like, Candace Owens and Erica Kirk worked it out on the remix. And now is Candace Owens like, but then she went back and she was like, okay, but she still killed her husband. Am I getting that correct? Something I didn't realize that, like, makes sense to me. I might have got that wrong. Is, like, Candace Owens is, like, very much so in conversation with her audience. Like, her audience are also baking, and they're kind of encouraging each other. I think Candace did pivot enough after they had a private one-on-one conversation. She backed off a bit. Candace is claiming Ben Shapiro is a contract lord following the Talmud. It's also profoundly disappointing the powerful conservative voices whom I once thought knew better stand by here are silent. That's crazy, man. Yeah, it must suck. Well, Dick Tapper's more in the middle, I guess. It must suck to, like, be conservative Jewish American, being like, yes, they're letting us Israel do genocide. We love it. It's awesome. Wait, hold on. This evil genocidal settlerist, nativist white supremacist movement also hates the Jews. That's why I find it, like, it is annoying, or it's frustrating that, like, the well of anti-Semitism as a concept has been so poisoned by Zionists that, like, you do have people who are like, if you say that there's an increase in anti-Semitism, it's like, you're like, it's a Zionist talking point. It's like, I mean, you would think that would happen, right? you would think that like a state that was like, we're Jewish and we're killing people on account of all of the like doing genocide would increase anti-Semitism. It's just the obvious response. And I mean, I feel like this is like, admittedly, this is even like a Haaretz opinion, is like the obvious response to that is like, well, then stop doing a genocide. That's not the problem. Like you saw this with the Australia shooting, where it's like that guy was not radicalized by left-wing pro-Palestinian stuff. That guy was not like, yes, I love Calla Walsh, she's so base for doing that. Like that was a completely different like right-wing Islamist discourse that has nothing to do with like all of the people that these like Zionists go on and argue with on the internet of like, from the river to sea, you're anti-Semitic, you're increasing anti-Semitism. It's like none of those people have any effect on like right-wing anti-Semitic discourse. They have no effect on Candace Owens. It's an entirely different discourse. I do feel like conceding on the concept of anti-Semitism being a thing probably as like you're just conceding something to Zionists, because that's exactly what they want, right? They're like, well, look at these people are like not even pretending like our plight is like real in any way. Like we cannot rely on these institutions. Like, you know what happened with the Bundes in Germany, etc., etc. K Dumont, thank you. Sorry, that first thank you is a little it wasn't friendly. I had to redo it. Sorry, my voice is like completely dead today. It is what it is. Court purification in left-leaning spaces where everything is connected to Mossad. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like left. I feel like it's probably just an internet thing. So it's one of those things where it's like, is it really what, like, is it like a pressing issue? I don't know. I guess I could be wrong, but like parapolitics guys, it's like those people go away if you leave the Twitter app. Like if you don't have notifications on Twitter, that doesn't mean anything. I will say the thing with the parapolitics guy, it's like the most annoying Felix reply guy you knew in 2021 has decided to make like conspiracy theories, but left their like form of politics. And I will say like the shit that they peddle is like stupid enough that it should gain more traction on the internet, on Twitter. It's Woodley, thank you. But like all of the people I see, they're such miserable, like annoying losers that it hasn't. Because like making your whole politics thing, just like doing the kind of, oh, I'm noticing patterns in like tragic events immediately after they happen before there's any like concrete evidence about your thesis possibly being true. Just most people don't like that. Most people find that it's the thing, like even like whenever there was like a shooting that could possibly be connected with trans people, you see like the Matt Walshes of the world who are like, hey, see, it makes our politics right. And like even people on the right, like some people find that kind of crude. Like if you step back from your like internet culture war, like posting is politics, you know, like most people are like, that's kind of like posting epic memes about a thing where like 15 people have died. Like what was the shooting at the school with like the D-trans person? Like it almost feels like an equivalent of like you're like posting epic memes about like a shooting where like 15 people died, when you're like, oh, I'm just noticing connections here. Like immediately it comes off as like, I don't know. I think that type of conspiratorial like thought is going to become much more relevant everywhere, because I think everyone is QAnon now. Because it's just like, why not? Like if they did it, if the people on the right did it, where they just, whenever there was an event that was like not politically convenient for your own side, you could just say it's not real. It's like, no, it actually proves that he's a groper, that it's Bella Ciao, because that's actually a groper song. Then like if you can do that, then like why not? If you're not politically punished for it, it doesn't matter. Who cares? just, yeah, everyone's, I don't know when this happened. I think it was probably like maybe Trump winning again, like kind of solidified this, that it's just like everything, like posting is politics. There's this very particular perspective that comes from this. Like posting is politics. Everyone is, it's Alex Jones as well. It's like we're in an info war. And like we have to spread our specific misinformation more than other people because that's the only way that we can convince anyone of these sort of things. It's oddly myopic and pessimistic that it's like we have to spin, you know. It's like, well, what is the thing that is true? I feel like that's probably, if you want to have good politics and create a world that is good and bad, you should do so rationally. You should have a movement of people who think of things rationally, not just like, what is the easiest spin, like where we can pretend that this event actually proves the things that we're saying. Because sometimes there will be politically uncomfortable events that happen. Especially in a case where it's like, what is the ideology of a person? What is their particular belief? What is the particular, like, the mechanics of how a specific contingent event unfolded? Like, your structural analysis doesn't necessarily cover everything that happens. Do you know what I mean? It's what, like, when the Rittenhouse thing happened, and this is a thing. Like when Rittenhouse killed those people, and it was like I feel like immediately after it was like it was on video. It was a big internet discourse about it, and then, you know, I should stick to this. I should stick to this logic more than I did, than I have recently, I guess. But like people were trying to argue about whether, especially like legally speaking, he was in the right or wrong when like people didn't know all the details yet. And it's like, I mean, with the small amount of details that were revealed initially, as far as I remember, like it wouldn't have been impossible. Well, I mean, it always looks bad. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't have been impossible that the thing he did wasn't illegal or whatever. The specific whatever thing that left and right was arguing at the time. But like that's an entirely contingent thing. As having left-wing politics and having an analysis of power and violence in relation to Black Lives Matter protests gives you the obvious perspective of like, this guy is evil. This is clearly an evil person who's up to no good and trying to do bad things. But arguing these very contingent things, like those very contingent details don't necessarily follow from that structural analysis, right? There's no... So if you're trying to predict things based on vibes and incomplete evidence, there's no reason. You don't get anything for being right. And then if some detail comes out that makes your argument look worse, then like, I can't even remember the concrete details of that specific. It was like, oh, what if the other guy had a gun or something? You know, like some detail where it's like, well, that makes it look at least less bad, the event. That could still happen, even if your politics are correct, your structural analysis is correct. It's a contingent event. I think maybe a lot of politics has just become like arguing about contingent events, getting kind of lost in the something forest for the trees, etc. Because it's like fun to argue about. People like arguing about it. It's like kind of a blood sport thing. It's just noise. Anyway, I think it's only gonna get worse, and like, yeah, conspiratorial stuff is only gonna get worse. We're all QAnon now. Yeah. Charlie Kirk fans are snapping selfies in replica death stand? Sure, why not? That's so awesome.
Three main things Charlie Kirk lost and killed, so there's that.
Can we see it? That's awesome, dude. That's so
Erica
cool.
Kirk is now in charge of a...
It's so weird. He's become like a weird... Charlie Kirk has been like deified. He's like a spirit.
People are taking
like the actual content of the event has been completely ripped from its like real context.
selfies with it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Elder TikTok, Elder TikTok was just early. You know what I mean? Everyone made fun of him so much, but like, if he had just released the video a month later, it would have been like, this is the best, greatest conservative, you know. It's so noble what he did.
You can see
Taking all those Charlie Kirk merchandise hats.
all around people are saying like
He's ahead of the game, yeah. Maybe that's why people were so fascinated by it. Because it's like, well, you have to at least like pretend for like a month or so that it was like important. Yeah. I do think it does seem like a lot of conservatives. I know conspiracy theorists are certainly souring or have soured on Kirk a long time ago. I guess we saw that with Candace Owens too. Also, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect it to your Twitch account. Oh, you get Wild Goose, thank you. Just like that, and get a free subscription you can use on me. My voice is very dead today, I'm sorry. It's like the real Candace Owens tweet. You know what's fucked up, chat? Downloaded the Wikipedia app so that I could browse Wikipedia more. Without having to open up my like Chrome browser. Because I'm like trying to not scroll. And I'm putting like interesting things to read. And like I made an account. And like the Wikipedia account Liv Agar is already taken. Like someone stole my name. What the fuck? Someone stole my name. So I'm Liv Agar actual. I think. What edits have they made? I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it actually. Are you sure you didn't sign up when you were blackout drunk? It's very possible. Maybe you're right. That's a classic. They jacked my Kirk off. Yes, I'm getting Kirked off on Wikipedia. Let's see the Wikipedia. Check the Bosnia page now. Let's see the Wikipedia history. Here's my it was Benjamin Netanyahu. Haplogroup IM438. I can't remember why I was on there. Marty Reisman, 100 Years War, The Winds of Winter, Rhaegar Targaryen, Malik Agar, which is a figure in the Sudanese civil war, whose name is also Agar, who's I believe temporarily in charge of the Sudanese armed forces. Poisoning of Abbott Greenwell, Chinese people in Israel, The Law of Return. These are great. These are Messianic Judaism, Greater Finland, the Finns just as an ethnic group, a white monkey. I really like that one. I don't know have you guys heard of the concept of a white monkey? This is like, speaking of Hasanabi, if you mention Hasanabi refugee, it's like phenomena of white foreigners or immigrants in China and Japan being hired for modeling, advertising, English teaching, or promotional jobs. Because it's like, damn, they have a white person here. Like it must be bougie. Which like I do feel like that is my dream job. Maybe I've said this before. I feel like that's so awesome. I feel like that would be just like you just hired to show up and just like, yeah, no, it's a very serious institution. It's very fancy. Yeah, that is a DEI hire. Yeah. What else? We got positivism, Martin Buber, Edward Spranger, Dilthey, which I hate Dilthey so much. War Trekkers, First Boer War, The Pink Tide. It's great. Honestly, Wikipedia is such a great institution. The problem with Wikipedia is like if you actually know something on a subject, and you're reading, you're like, that's not true. Like, where did they source that? And there's like no source for it. Like, it is, you know, they can't moderate everything. Like, but for things where you're like, I don't need to know this that well. This is just interesting. The Great Filter. That's another one. Like, the Fermi paradox stuff, I think is probably just fake. Is that silly to say? Like, the thing about like, oh, there must be a reason why we don't have a bunch of like advanced civilizations out there. Hassan living my dream. Okay, we'll talk about the Fermi paradox in a second. Was he doing that?
We're here live in breakfast. You're lazy. Is it customer service is everything.
That's so beautiful. That's actually so beautiful. Wikipedia talk page with a good dramas. You're actually right. I need to go more on the talk pages. Wikipedia is a good enough source for knowledge. Yeah. I feel like that's the cliche. Is like Wikipedia is a good place to start, and then you see where they're sourced, and then you read those sources. The Fermi paradox thing, yeah, it's like there must be some. I mean, the Fermi paradox. I don't think. There must be something that is stopping advanced civilizations from happening. Presumably, it's like it's difficult for multicellular life to develop, or like, oh, you know, the most common one. I think this one is bullshit. The most common one is like, oh, you know, what if we're about to reach the Great Filter? Although I think those are distinct concepts, Fermi paradox and Great Filter. I don't know. I read the Wikipedia article, so don't listen to me. It's the Kirk moment. Every great civilization outside has a Kirk moment that destroys it. I would imagine. I think space is just too big. Yeah, one of the ones that I actually liked, as a complete layman, is like the universe is relatively new, or possibly the conditions for sustaining life are relatively new. So it could just be we're early. I like that one. I feel like that. The Great Filter, your opinion on it is just, it has no, it's an impossible thing for us to rationalize, to really understand from our own perspective, because our only frame of reference is this. But it's like why you think there isn't a shit ton of advanced alien civilizations out there that we could have clear, obvious contact with, is like a, is a, oh fuck, you know the thing. Is a good is a bellwether for how optimistic or pessimistic you are. Biden count. I don't. The Dark Forest ones just sound silly to me. I feel like Dark Forest makes us it makes it seem like we're more important than we are. The Dark Forest thesis is the idea that like we're the only ones broadcasting, like emitting a shit ton of like radio signals out. It's a Rorschach, yeah. Because like there are a bunch of advanced civilizations out there, but they're trying to be quiet. Because if anyone makes themselves known, then like a bunch of evil civilizations advanced will like come and kill you. I don't think that one. I think that one's a bit too sci-fi for me. Especially given like presuming that you cannot go past faster than the speed of light. It just would, I feel like it would be problematic. It would be difficult. It just takes a long time to get places. Do you know what I mean? Anime as timeline. I think it's probably like it's. I like the conclusion, and again, I have no fucking clue whether this is true or not. That we have a relatively young universe, and that the conditions to sustain life haven't been around for that long, and so there's a lot of flukes involved in like possibly the development of single-celled life, and then certainly multicellular life. And then even the development of advanced tool making, as species that are able to make tools and advanced technology. I think the one where it's like the filter is like climate catastrophe or something. Oh, like the development of nuclear. Like, it's funny. and this really shows just how contingent on our own context this analysis is. A lot of this theorizing is happening during the Cold War, and so the one that they're worried about is nukes, which is interesting. I didn't think of this for a second. Like, there's a thesis that the great filter is just like you develop nuclear power, but that also creates weapons. And then so what if it's just like baked into the nature of the universe that like advanced tool making these civilizations will develop nuclear energy, but then simultaneously also develop nuclear power or nuclear weapons and then destroy each other. But like now that we're a lot less concerned with mutual destruction, it's like, well, what if it's a climate catastrophe thing? What if it's like, most civilizations, I mean, I guess that probably wouldn't necessarily be true, have like large swaths of like coal. I mean, coal they certainly have. Coal is or like oil, and then they burn it up and then they destroy it, which I think kind of presumes that like every species out there necessarily goes through capitalism. It kind of a little bit presumes that. I feel like the possibility of like social arrangements of a completely alien species are like so beyond our ability to. Well, if it's vulgar stages of it, I mean, literally, truth nuke. Volcanoes can wipe us out. That was another conclusion I read on the Wikipedia article. Is like, what if it's just great extinction events? I think great extinction events don't happen that often. Like, that's enough time in between great extinction for a civilization to develop and become strong enough to defend itself against a meteor. Or like, maybe volcanoes are harder. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a... Is it a volcanist? Oh, we had one. That's true. Although it's different. I feel like ours is very distinct because we're causing it. Is it a volcanologist? Surely it's not a volcanologist. How do you pronounce that? It's just a geologist, but there must be a specific for volcanoes. I don't think that there is an
volcanologist.
Volcanologist. Was I saying that? Volcanologist? So I was saying it. Wait. Was it a Biden moment? I was saying something else? A volcologist? I was right. Okay, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck off. I was right. Fuck you. But yeah. I don't know. It's probably just like multicellular life. I'm not a biologist or paleobiologist, so I didn't really understand when I tried to read more about it. But the capacity to develop multicellular life seemed like a lot. Plus one Biden count? That's not a Biden count, I was right. I
am gay.
Corelli Gomlik, thank you. Bohemian Groob. That's my favorite. I like saying Bohemian Groob. That's so much better. It's so funny that Chomsky was just in the Bohemian, like he was just what's that tweet where it's like I hang out with like predators, like evil predators, just to see how their minds work. Has anyone made that joke yet? Just to see how their mind work. Surely someone has. I'd be hanging around predators just to see how their minds work. That's Noam Chomsky for some reason. It is because like he did like he isn't my understanding is he responds to every email, or responded, because he's like ancient now. But that he was like, yeah, no, I've had dinners with war criminals. Like, I don't regret it. So I guess he's just morally not opposed to. I mean, what are you doing hanging with Epstein? Yeah. This isn't a novel thought. I think this is the thought that everyone. He still answers. I mean, I'm sure he's getting. Has he answered any of the allegations? And stuff. Thank you. Thank you for 53 months. May live miss. He unfortunately has internet. Famously, yes, he famously does have internet. Unfortunately. And then hanging out with Steve Bannon, being like chummy with them. Yeah, the classic joke, they're manufacturing the age of consent. I'm sure the inbox is very full. He said Epstein was able to bring up salient points about linguistics. That's correct. Like, I was on the island because I thought he was a very interesting math professor. Test the theory once emailed him after reading a book of his random question about data he cited. He responded within 8 hours. That's so funny. I can't imagine like the level of insane messages. I mean, I'm sure now they're not even insane. It's just like, I mean, I'm sure he's also getting insane messages, but like I feel like I make it a policy to generally not respond to messages I get, because people are insane, and they'll be like, well, I know that she reads these, I'm gonna say insane things. Or like the classic where someone asks an innocuous question, and then I click the accept and then respond, and then they're like, what color is the tip though? You know, like they're like, oh, I have like an open line here, I'm just gonna say whatever weird shit. Like, that was the real thing I wanted to ask. So I can't imagine as a policy doing that. Fascinating stuff happening. What's the hex code? Yeah. Fascinating stuff happening on the internet. How is the squirrel lady doing? Because she loves Chomsky, right? Was there an update? She got me blocked a long time ago, so I can't. I guess I can't keep track because Elon is like, Elon doesn't want blocking to be like a thing that means anything. Male privilege responding to every email. No one is asking Chomsky what color his tip is. I mean, are we sure about that? She denounced it? Oh, she disavowed him? That must be tough. The squirrel the Democrats tried to assassinate? Yes, exactly. They killed the squirrel. The Democrats killed the squirrel because the squirrel was pro-Chomsky. Defending Dave Chappelle, that's so beast. That is the thing about the internet, is the thing about Twitter is like, it's very easy to be an insane person who gets a lot of followers because there are a lot of insane people on the internet. That's the way that it is. The most horrific example of this to me is Asmongold, Asmine Reich. Census results. Thank you. Let's look at this. There's a census. Oh, oopsie. Why is it? Alrighty. Do we want to see the census? Live Agar community census results. How old are you? That's it. So it is like a late Zoomer. This is good to see, actually. This is much younger. I'm happy about how it's like a zillennial coded. And it's relatively even. I mean, I guess not quite. All of these are. It's a solid curve, folks. It's mainly American. It's not a surprise. 66% American. Time zone, it's mainly Eastern. Mainly Eastern. That makes sense. Eastern is the easiest time zone to stream on because you wake up earlier. Easier to get like the active. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Sure, yeah. Yeah. We got the cis male, and then it's pretty even. Transfemale cis male is pretty even, and then 10% non-binary, 4% cis female. This makes sense. This tracks. 4% trans female is insane. More cis women than trans men was shocking. Yeah, that's true. What is your sexuality? Bisexual. I would have liked to see the pairing of this too. Because I have a hunch that this one connects a lot with this one. Just a hunch, personally. Yeah, because then there's lesbian. It should have been like gay, straight for women and straight for men. This is okay. This is okay. Straight cis man and bisexual trans woman was the most frequent. I'm sure. I'm sure it is. What is your religion? It's mainly atheist, agnostic. You have to count for the egg variable. I mean, I feel like I've accounted for the egg variable enough in my life that I cannot account for it if I want to. What is the highest level of education you've received? We get some educated individuals. Not as much doctorate is difficult. That's high school, but mainly some college. Probably people in uni. Oh yeah, it's just very white. Okay. Well, oh well. Do you consider yourself neurodivergent? Yes. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's crazy actually. That's crazy. Anyway, better luck next year. Do you consider yourself neurodivergent? Yes. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm surprised that this graph doesn't look like this graph. I'm gonna be honest. Do you watch live streams? Yes. Okay, that's good. I would hope so. How did you find the Everything app through QAA and Twitch? That makes sense. Do you speak more than one language? We got a surprise. Actually, that's a lot. That's crazy. I'm really surprised by this. Because you're all American, aren't you? Like, what was the country? Nope. Country. Like 60, I guess, like, even like Sweden is 2%, which is interesting. Fascinating. I said it's just a Europe thing, but like, it's interesting. I speak English and American. We got Kazakh, that's cool. Political identity, we got some communists, some socialists, Demsoc, anarchists. This makes sense. This tracks. Most of your musical artists. We got Kendrick, Chappell Rowan. We got Magdalena Bay. I know what you are. I know what you are. MF Doom. We have, based on the census results, like a non-0% of, or surprise, like solidly high percentage of the stream are like the people on r/ like hip hop heads who reply like, just remember all caps, you know, whenever someone doesn't use the caps lock. Which relates to this graph, by the way. How many books have you read cover to cover this year? This is interesting. That's okay. That's not that many books, guys, but that's fine. We can all read a little bit more. That's okay. It's a cover to cover is the, yeah. It basically, I mean, I think that is, gotta get those numbers up. If there's anything you learn from this stream, you should read more. What's your zodiac sign? I feel like this one makes sense. I feel like they would, I can't imagine, unless it was the thing of like, you know, Leos love being gay as fuck. What is your relationship status? Ouch, not the 65% single. You know what? I can't. You know what? I'm also single, so I can't. You guys gotta. I need to do like a Chad Vice thing. We need to lower these numbers. We need to get this down. I need to make like a, you know, analyze my dating app, my dating app profile, like segment or something. Live Vice. Cause yeah, we gotta get these numbers up, guys. There's also the funny thing, like, people love talking about how like dominant poly stuff is, even in like the trans community. 1.5%. Like in this stream, it's 1.5%. Like there's very few. It's not a hegemonic in any way. The like anti-poly stuff is like let men be masculine. Yeah, full time student. We have a neat portion of the audience that happens. It's fine. I can't do it on employment advice thing. I'm a Twitch streamer. This one, I feel like I can help you guys a bit more with this one. This one, you're on your own on that one. I'm sorry. Have you considered starting a podcast? Like, that's not good advice. That's not good advice. Have you considered going to grad school? I mean, technically, if you went to grad school, you go to student, but I would not universalize what I've got going on. That's the full. Fascinating. Have you considered hustling and grinding? Yeah, exactly. There should have been a tradwife section. Yeah, stay at home. All right. I do actually wonder the segment for this of how many, like the what proportion of the unemployed is trans women, because that's a bit less of a skill issue than the straight white cisgender males. It's a bit less of a skill issue. I am gay. Young Chef, thank you. You can try and find out. Thank you. Yeah, if you wanna, if it's possible, you don't have to. But I'm fascinated. I'm sure I know the answer. Any male manipulators in chat when I date a conventionally attractive trans woman? I would imagine that wasn't a poll question, but I would imagine there's probably a couple in there, probably. Feed the dolls, exactly. It's praxis for you to give me money. That's the real takeaway. Let me go back here. Hold on. The 44% pay up, buddy. That's the real takeaway. 44% of you, no excuse, pay up. And the 4% too. Those two. If you're not binary, you're on thin ice. Okay. Maybe a Prime. Maybe an Amazon Prime. Oh, it's okay. Spudley, thank you. Thank you for the 10 gift subs. No idea. Do whatever you want all the time. Thank you so much. We love to see it. I bet you're on thin ice. Maybe a Prime. Or maybe a Prime. But anyway. Jimmy, thank you. Thank you. I assume that is an admission of being in the 10%. That was fascinating. Toragora, thank you. Okay, let's do the hype train. Thank you for conducting the census. This was very interesting data. Mealy sub post, thank you. And KJ Arbery, thank you as well. Nicola, thank you. This Fantax is just Findom. If it's whatever you want it to be, as long as you're giving me money, I guess. It's probably the answer. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I missed your thing when I was doing that, I'm sorry. I don't think I did. I did watch Nosy on Adam Friedland. I recorded the episode. It's really fucking long, the Nosy review episode. There was a lot of banter from Julian and Jake. I think I need to get better at derailing stuff. Set up, thank you for the 2 gift subs. That is the best episode. It depends on where we are in the episode, I think. But anyway, yeah, the her on Adam Friedland, I talk about this in the episode. It's boring. Is that crazy to say? Tell us a victory, thank you.
Taco Bell.
It was like his most boring interview because she's not a very interesting. The problem is she's interesting as a subject when you talk about like why she wanted to fuck RFK, but she doesn't want to talk about that. She wants to talk about like her opinions on Trump, and it's like, I don't give a fuck. All the things she says about Trump are completely trite. It's like Trump is a man of contrasts. Good Trump Lord, thank you.
Oh, I had no idea.
For the 110 gift subs. Thank you for 10 gift subs, 110 total. Salute to our soldiers in Yemen. Travis is extremely mad at everyone on the show and always on the verge of quitting. How close are you? I don't think you're close. Especially the latter. Travis is like a stoic composure. Like he's very stoic. He can handle Julian-ness. You are, thank you. That's his role. She's giving blonde women a bad name. That's what I'm saying. As someone who went, is it blonder? I guess it's less blonde technically. Hazy, thank you. Like I'm leaving in the toner more. So it's getting lighter. I don't know if that makes me less blonde. Or more blonde. I agree. And she is like obsessed with blonde. I feel like it's embarrassing to be like, you know, she has like the Hitchcock quote in the book where it's like blondes make the perfect victims or whatever. It's like blood in the snow. And it's like, you dyed your fucking hair. Like you can't do, like, you could stop being a blonde if you just didn't go to the hairdresser. Like that's bullshit. That doesn't count. As someone who actively dyes their hair blonde, it doesn't count. Fuck off. Sean the Booth, thank you. Jordy, thank you. She's obsessed with being a victim as well. What's my persona? I think it's a mouse. I think that fits me. And I love eating snacks too. I'm very quiet. Not something you could intuit. It's not really something you can intuit on a context where it's like, it's my job to make noise, but I am a generally very quiet person. Buffy, thank you. New York Rat. You know what's interesting? I feel like recently I've been encountering like, I don't know if it's rats or mice, like in Vancouver. Like it's like dark and I'm like going towards the SkyTrain station and like unemployment by gender. Let's see. That's interesting. Wow. So I was wrong. It was like still proportionate. Boys, you gotta get a job. You gotta lock in. You don't have an excuse. I'll explain. Thank you. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Where's the place with silverfish and roach in Vancouver? Yeah. I guess we don't have house centipedes here. God, house centipedes are so wretched, dude. Ugh. Ugh. When I was living in Ontario, those were horrific. They're above... If you don't know what a house centipede is, Google it. I'm not even going to show it. They're above the food chain. They're above spiders in the food chain. I remember one time I woke up and there was one on me. It was the worst experience in my life. Like, not actually, but it feels emotionally, somehow, it feels like it's true. I've heard people defend the existence of house centipedes because it's like, oh, they eat spiders. They eat roaches. It's like, they're worse than those things. They're scarier. They eat them, they're bigger. Like, it's a bigger, oh, okay, well, like I have a fly in my stomach. Don't worry, I swallowed a spider. The spider will deal with it. It's like, it's worse. My brother in Christ, you have a spider in your stomach now. It's worse. Anyway, thank you for live train, everyone. Not good, not good. I don't like it. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the money. The 33 gift subs. Much appreciated. You know who it is, Chill? Although, like, you still shouldn't have them because it's bad for... Like, one of my Ontario houses when I was at Queen's University, because there's just like slumlord, basically. There's like a student ghetto, which I'm not sure whether that's hyperbole or whether it like does meet the definition, because those houses they're very bad. It used to be cheap housing. It's like expensive now anyway, even though the houses are shit. But I had like we had mice in our house, and like I saw them a couple times, and it was just like, this is a cute animal. Like, it's not good, but I'm like, this is just a cute animal. Like, it's not like they're tiny little cute. I think I've given the story that my landlord was like a really awful one, like notoriously bad. We didn't realize before we signed the lease. And we told him about that, and he came into the house without asking, which is like not allowed. And like laid out a bunch of those sticky traps, like, and we didn't know about it. And so like one time, a couple months later, I went down to the basement, and there was just a sticky trap with like 15 dead mice on it. And it was just which is horrific, by the way. Sticky traps, like, they starve to death. Sometimes they don't even starve to death. Sometimes they like it actually makes me so angry when I think about it. They sometimes, like, their hearts just beat so quickly. They're like afraid because they can't fucking move. They drown in glue. Yeah. Because I know, like, the actual purpose, like, my understanding is, like, when exterminators use them, you get the sticky trap to catch them, and then they kill them. Outside of that is more humane. But like, wouldn't even know that they were there. I just like, I forced him to come and remove it himself, because it's like, I'm not touching this. Yeah, they no water. You're right. They don't. It's evil. It's evil, folks. I'm like getting way more sensitive to cute animals now. Like, genuinely, whenever I see like a dog, I have such a strong emotional reaction of like fondness for it, and it's like a very new thing. I wonder if it's like injections. Typically, their dead by the time we go back is no good. Okay, they're still evil. Haven't cried from seal videos. I mean, I am always like one sad dog video away from crying, like unironically, genuinely. Like the one video of like someone having to put their family dog down away from crying. Absolutely. I was on those good old fashioned values podcast. It's Spencer's pod. They're doing some sort of readout. My character has to say something while crying. And I was like, this is easy. I'm not a good voice actor, but I can pretend to cry. I can do that one. But yeah, no. Any cute animal. I do love animals. I went to the aquarium again yesterday. They're so cute. Especially the pinnipeds and my favorite of the Vancouver Aquarium is always going to be the sea otters. They're just so whimsical, and they're I think maybe I was seeing them right after they were fed too, because they had a lot of energy. And they were just they were playing and they were so happy. It filled me with joy. They're such cute little guys. Absurdly friend-shaped. It was a weird one. They weren't it was a pinniped. Fuck, I cannot remember. It's like a false seal, and they have these really strange eyes. It's like fur something. Does anyone know what I'm talking? Is there any? Oh, here we go. I found them. Is it a fur seal? They're like false seals. Yes. They're not actually real seals, but they have very strange eyes. Like it looks like this is like a Star Wars animal to me. I feel like it doesn't really show. It doesn't really show here. But it looks like they took a regular animal and then they gave it like a weird kind of funky detail to it. But I think that's I think it's cool. Guy who's seen guy whose only movie is seen as Star Wars, getting a lot of Star Wars vibes, etc. Aren't otters vicious killers? I feel like I assume by default that like an intelligent social mammal is like just a sociopath, evil thing that like likes to torture its prey before they kill it, and I'm usually correct. But I'll keep drinking that garbage. That seal species is God's forsaken. They're tarnished. Do I enjoy oysters? No, I had a really embarrassing story. Oh, you said foreskin. Oh, I disagree with that. Sorry. No, I don't know what you're talking about, brother or sister. It's kind of a 50-50, I guess, given the demographics. Yeah, I couldn't say that I know what you're talking about. What was I talking about? What was I saying? I can't remember. It's not important. Oysters, yes. I had like an oyster at a restaurant that was like cooked, and it was cooked in butter. And I was like, I fucking love oysters. And then I was at an oyster bar with my then girlfriend, and I was like, we should get some oysters. I like oysters. And she was like, I don't really want any. And I was like, we can get like 10 or something. Like I'll eat like more than half. And then they gave it to us, and these are raw oysters. And I really do not like raw oysters. And so we just ordered a bunch of oysters. And like she ate her half, and I just didn't eat any. And so I now know I do not like raw oysters. They're disgusting. I find them very gross. It's slurp. It's not good. I don't like it. I don't see the appeal. Just cook them. Actually, I don't normally think this, so this is super critical of me. Karos, thank you.
Sorry if hurt brain. Buy new brain with this.
Thank you. It happens. It's okay. I appreciate it. Fidel Castro, thank you.
I am gay.
Like, we as a species uniquely developed the ability and the need to cook food. It's like, I actually don't know why that is. Is that it's a caloric efficiency thing for digestion? Like, you can cook it and it'll be better. Although I was, what about sushi? That's what I was going to say. That I'm actually a hypocrite here because I do love raw salmon. I love it so much. I love sushi. I love sushi so much, it's unreal. Poke's good too.
A brown bear?
Honey, thank you. It's different than oysters. Yes, absolutely. Women love sushi. That's one thing about the Northern Line thing about women loving shopping and sushi is if you're sad, you're like, I'm a woman and I don't like sushi. He is also talking about white women from Vancouver. Like, that is what he's referring to very specifically. As a white woman from Vancouver, yeah, no, it's very good. You take is men gulp their drinks and women sip. I do sip. I like ceviche. I'm a fan of ceviche. What is ceviche again? Yes, no, ceviche is really good. Does that have something raw in it? I feel like I just eat ceviche and I don't know what it is. Oh, no, right, it is raw fish. Yeah. No, it's good. It's not raw, it's cooked in citric acid. Oh, cool. That's sick. What's my go-to Chinese food take? I feel like it's just it's General Cho's chicken. I feel like that's my... What's the other one I like? It's like, it's kind of like a sweet and sour chicken. I don't know exactly what it's called. Sesame beef is another good one. Chinese food? Sorry, I just call it food. There's going to be a reckoning, by the way. Sorry, Hassan, about white guy who loves China. Like enjoy. The thing I'll say about that is enjoy it while it lasts. Because, 5 years from now, it's going to be identical to white guy who loves Japan. In terms of, how cringe it is. Enjoy it while it lasts. Because I wouldn't say that it's comparable now. But it will be. It is now. Is it not now identical? I feel like you don't appreciate how bad white guy who loves Japan is. One of my friends is a white woman who's fluent in Japanese, which is very funny. And she started just in class, in Japanese class. And the stories from those, especially the early year people who are learning Japanese, people coming in and they're anime. It's fucking bad, bro. It's really bad. Yeah, so that's what I will say. White guy loves Japan. Honestly, I get it. I feel like I want to... Wanting to go to China is kind of silly because it's a very large country. It's a bit like I want to go to North America. Xander, the American, thank you. As a white Chinese, it's been a long time coming for us. Yes, I think so. It has many Chinese people in it as well. That is true. That is a De Gaulle truth nuke. It's what every European says. I mean, they say it for a reason, I guess. I feel like I gotta get in. Gotta get in before it becomes the exact equivalent of white guy obsessed with Japan. What is the... It'd be cool to go to the I'm trying to think of... I don't know where I would... Can't you believe I visited the Bean? It's true. I've been around the bean. Chicago's a nice city. I need to visit there again. I was only in Shanghai. I feel like that's like a good, that's the city that I was thinking of. Like, I guess Shanghai would probably. I do like yeah, no. Will you ever be a VTuber? I had the the shroom jack thing. I was kind of doing that as a bit. And I wanted to make it into a VTuber, but I didn't know how to. So I think the ship has sailed. It's even more absurd, I guess, compared to going to North America. Just because, like, as the Gall quote suggests, it's a lot of people in China. I'm sure. I feel like even thinking about that is it makes everything feel very small. Where it's like, there's this city in China that, like, I have not heard of outside of the fact that it's a province in Europa Universalis 4 or whatever. That's got like 100 million people. Like it's got like 3 times the population of Canada in it. It's fascinating. Anyway, what else is going on? Surely there's something I wanted to talk about that I got sidetracked on. Canada and China make up 1/8 of the world's population. Exactly. God willing, Andrew Tate get knocked out. I don't like. Is this a crazy thing to say? I don't like watching like WWE stuff. It just makes me uncomfortable. I assume, was it WWE? Oh, it was boxing. Where they're just like hitting each other. Sorry, not WWE. I like WWE. That one's fun. MMA. Wrong acronym. I have too calm a soul. Like I'm not aggressive enough. Oh yeah, like the Ghislaine, the fucking instead of Biden. Alright, fine. That's crazy. The Ghislaine Castro. Yeah, he don't have internet. He don't have internet. How does that happen? It is so insane to me. It was really funny. I was watching a CoffeeZilla video about the Epstein files. That's the only thing we're talking about, is the Epstein files. And his takeaway was like, oh, there's evidence that someone tried to warn the FBI about Jeffrey Epstein in '98 and they didn't do anything about it. Which, like, I guess rhetorically works, but it's like they knew more about Jeffrey Epstein than the person who was trying to warn them. Like, yeah, of course that would be the reaction if someone was trying to. It's like, yeah, that's one of our guys. Why is would it be more CIA than FBI? I mean, like, this isn't a conspiracy theory. Was that person a victim? I think probably. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's literally like Acosta was like, I'm not going to touch him because I was told he was a fucking asset. It's not theoretical. It is a fact. It is a conspiracy fact. It is a fact of a conspiracy that exists. Victim's sister. It's more CIA than FBI. But familiar with the student situation. I'm not sure how it's developed. I was familiar with it when a lot of people were talking about it, but I'm not sure. How is Vucic in the polls still? Does he still have like a? Vucic feels like a one where like you see who's the fucking Hungarian? You know what's so funny? The opposition figure in Hungary to Orban, his last name is Magyar, which is like ridiculous. Like It's like if there was a Canadian president whose name was like Timothy Wasp. Like, fuck you. Although I don't, that guy is still evil though. Holden Bloodfeast, yeah. Peter Magyar, which is ridiculous. It's Jonathan Berger, yeah. I guess if you're saying his name, you would say Magyar, because I'm speaking English. Critical pro-European conservative liberal. It's like you are Adolf Hitler, like, but that's the opposition guy who seems to be doing really well for the 2026. What is the? Oh God, it's not even close. Jesus, no, Vucic is still dominant. Oh, Serbia's so cooked. Did Orban have a pedophile scandal? I didn't hear about that. I know Vucic had a scandal that he was like allegedly one of the Serbian civilians who like went to Sarajevo to like shoot like Bosniaks. There's like a photo of him, but like nothing happened from that. It was like the average Serb voter was like, so what? Biden's allegations too. Really another good reminder of like how awful a candidate Biden was for that moment. Because it's like the Dems can't be like, you are running someone who is way too old and also a rapist. Child sexual abuse scandals for Orban. The opposition in Serbia is bad. Serbia was too divided. That makes sense. I would imagine, is there an issue about the like EU status? I would assume that, like, as I remember it, a lot of the student protests there's animosity about the fact that like Vucic has pushed the country further away from like EU integration, which like economically for youngs it would be like good, but then that's the lib position. Like if you go left enough, it's like, well, we don't like the EU. The government is rocked by several child abuse scandals in recent years. I mean, I'm surprised that I like didn't see this coming for Orban. Like, I feel like that does make sense. Like, evil autocratic post-fascist guy. He's corrupt post-fascist guy. It's like, of course you're fucking kids. Allegedly. I mean, he's not going to sue me. Not a key issue to the protesters? Okay. See the Tara Reid podcast with Mopin? No. Oh, God. The thing about Tara Reid is, like, people do forget that, like, how do you say this? Because, like, I feel like people... Do I have to... Yeah. It's people who are like, oh, look, she's, like, insane. Clearly she was lying. Is, like, evil. I'm Hungarian, though. That is true. I am ethnically partially Hungarian, apparently, on my dad's side. My dad's mom's from Vojvodina, I believe. Though their family's from Vojvodina. It's like being part orangutan. Look, I'm not happy about it. Do I sound happy about it? I I know the people on the right get mad about that, of like safe edgy, like racism, but I don't care. I will be ironically racist to Hungarians. President Peru is a known serial rapist, but nobody who matters cares. So where's the shadow president for life? That's, yeah. Oh yeah, because Mopin has allegations. I forgot about that. He's like he was trying to run like a cult. I just forgot about that guy. Yes, I feel like he's really. Do you guys remember Burger King? Hungarian is the fakest ethnicity of all time. That's a good point. This bank, yes. Yeah, I don't think he quite exists. It's one of the where he kind of has gone away. Oh yeah, people were really mad about a tweet of mine again, I think. I didn't really look at the discussion because it's like, who gives a fuck? People were mad about this one. Average TV show enjoyed by fascists. So it's an anime, but a cute elf lady, and she lives 1,000 years. Average TV show by communists. I'm gonna play it again because I love this one.
Seguitemi. Il fascismo è il dominio della forza.
Noi abbiamo versato il sangue per la patria. Noi oggi fondiamo i fasci di combattimento.
Anche voi diventerete fascisti. È la volontà di pochi.
It's so peak. The show is so peak. They're mad. I think it's because like fascists do like the show. I don't know. It's a.
Io sono come le bestie, sento il tempo che viene e non importa come il mio tempo è arrivato. Cosa importa se sono diventato l'uomo che odiavo da ragazzo? Io sono una bestia coerente.
It's cool how incredibly hot the actor is, and how like they gave him a beer belly, and they made him like balding, and he got hotter. People were talking about who the son of the century is in the 21st century, and there was a debate about what that means. I don't know. Is this like a phrase that's further developed in other instances? Like the concept of the son of the century, because people were like kind of confused about what it meant. I feel like it's like someone who embodies the flaws and the contradictions of a century, and then probably also one who loses. I feel like eventually losing is an important part of that. We're like Napoleon III could be a son of the 19th century. Or really probably just regular Napoleon. Probably just the not fail son Napoleon. But I like the attingement put forward. Mark Carney transitioning from a Davos net zero globalist bureaucrat guy into a nativist civic nationalist pro fossil fuel hawk makes him the true 21st century Mussolini. And then he might be the son of the century. Mark Carney might be the son of the century. You too will become progressive conservative. This killed me. I'm sorry if I'm just reading tweets off. What does it matter if I became the man I hated as a 50-year-old central banker? The pivot is very funny though with Carney, because like he wrote a book about like he used to be like a banker guy who was like, oh, market-based solutions for climate stuff, you know, like environmentalist, you know, Klaus Schwab. And then now he like, as soon as he takes power among the liberals, he immediately abolishes the carbon tax. I wouldn't be surprised if he advocates for a carbon tax in his old book from like a decade ago. It's very funny. The liberals, that is the thing about joining the Liberal Party, is you have to, in Canada, is you have to give up on all of your values immediately. You have to sacrifice, you have to like do the ritual that like Arya Stark was going through with the Faceless Men. Like you have to just become no one. You have to be like a blob for the party machinery. Him calling the Liberal Party fascist is cool. It's a truth, Duke. Canadian Liberals are the real fascists. They are the real movement of fascism. Telling about the facts. Look, they're our natural governing party. If you, outside of the context of knowing what the Liberal Party actually is, which I know is a great argument, like if you don't actually think what, if you heard that that a party was described as a country's naturally governing party, you'd be like, oh, this is fucking, this is like a failed democracy in Central Asia. So yeah, no, I agree. LDP in Japan, exactly. Kuomintang, yeah. Canadian Liberal Party, it's all the same. It's all the same to me. Fascists don't really have a color. It's funny that Hitler, like, it's a bad way to start a sentence. Like Mussolini took the black shirts, and so Hitler was like, what color shirt should our evil violent mob have? And it's like brown, sure, let's do brown. Let's go poop. Yeah, I'm a member of the armed wing of the Social Democratic Party. I just got beaten up by a bunch of poop shirt guys. Is there a reason for that? I feel like I just don't know. Why are they brown? They just had brown uniforms. Because that looks bad. People love talking about the aura, like Nazism aura. Like, oh, look at the costumes. Like, this is a bad color. This is like, it's like an earth tone. It's not a good color. What if it is interesting. I feel like if you look at the 1920s, that like Hitler really was being set up as the farce to Mussolini's tragedy. And it was like, no, never mind. No, they just sure reactionary. I mean, I guess that's just what happened with Mussolini. Just kidding. Even though he fucked up his coup, his version of the March on Rome, just give him another chance. Like, imagine they gave Mussolini another chance after the March on Rome. Like, you could be in prison for a little bit, but as long as you promise to play nice. Yes, no, Garibaldi's a red shirts. You're right. There were only so many colors left. They should have went funky with it. That's my opinion. Although I guess what do I know? About how to do fascism. The rainbow shirts, they should have tie-dyed. It's leftover colonial uniforms. That's a much more salient analysis. Which, you know, it's like, oh, that's a detail that's big for the colonial boomerang guys. There was not a Scat Perverts episode. No, that one's like, I feel like that's too gross. Like doing a Perverts episode like on weird, like fetish. Scat is pretty fascist. Is this true? I believe that immediately. I was like, I bet it is. Sure. just assuming the worst for people who are into poop. Like, it has to be not gross enough that I'm physically able to bring myself to look at the communities. And, like, the line there was probably just, like, right after diaper stuff. Like, that's, like, a thing where it's, like, this is, like, the only word I can generate is cringe. But I can tolerate, like, going on this forum to do research about what's going on in these people's heads. I think poop is too much. I think it's too much. Poop is too much, folks. War is fascist? That makes sense. I see this. This makes sense to me. I feel like the real answer to which fetish is fascist, outside of the obvious answer that that's not how anything works, but that's not fun, is like it's one that you least expect. You know? It's like, yeah, guys who want to fuck dragons or something. Like, for some reason, they all love Hitler. And they all hate the Jews. Like, that's what I... Like, do you know what I mean? It's race fight, but that's like... That's probably true. But it's not like a... It's something that you could see coming. Do you know what I mean? It's too easy of an answer, yes. This is awesome. One of the, like, stupid, like, right-wing influencer ladies. We are Charlie Kirk, and it's 2 lightning things on a lighter. That's, like, normal. We carry in the flame. That's cool. Charlie Kirk really does... You can't say he didn't deserve the legacy he got. We carry on the flame, right? It's wrong. It's we carry the flame. They don't even know. They're not even trying. It's these people are not even trying. It's not even worth, like... They're not real Kirkheads. Kirkaholics. Exactly. Real Kirkheads. Real Kirked up individuals. The Freudian stuff about the grift is awesome from Erica Kirk. It is like... I mean, it's not on the same level, but it does feel to me like when... Well, no, it's different. It's different, the George Bush Freudian slip, because George Bush was like he... One of the only real redeemable qualities about George Bush is that he knows he is going to hell. He gets it. He understands that he's going to hell. When he was like, the illegal invasion of Iraq, I mean Ukraine, and then he just kind of stopped and he was like, Trump does too. Trump hasn't accepted it yet, though. Like, Bush is like full acceptance. He's like, he's made his peace with the fact he's gonna like be in hell. Trump is like upset about it, and he's kind of going back and forth. Yeah, Trump is like afraid of death. It's like a different thing. Trump isn't at the final stage yet, which I don't think he has the self-awareness to get there. I don't think so. I think he's cooked. I mean, just spiritually, in a profound way. Trump is stuck in bargaining for the rest of his life. Yeah, exactly. That was another interesting thing about the Erica Kirk endorsing JD Vance out of nowhere. I wonder where that came from. Like, do you think that's planned, Chad? What are your thoughts? That they're like This will be the first introduction to it. You know, it's like the only example I can think of is like when, this is such a stupid analogy, when like Marcus Aurelius like held up a crown and like gave it to Caesar, and Caesar's like, no, I'm good, no thank you. Where it's like, no, JD Vance doesn't want it yet, but like people are, this proves like the people want JD Vance to become, you know, the Pepe God Emperor of America. It doesn't help the fucking stuff. Yes, it's really profound how much they're not playing out of that, is maybe a better way of putting it. I mean, I can't think of, did I say Mark Anthony instead of Mark Antony? Did I TH it? Are those cognates? Or is that a coincidence? Like, did I say Aurelius? Oh, okay. No, that's just a full Biden. Okay. I did mean Antony. That would be funny if Marcus Aurelius was doing that. Given that he wasn't born at that moment. They do each other's makeup. I agree. Actually, I agree. We watched some of the Nicki Minaj Erica Kirk thing. It just felt like sad. Like, yeah, I think Nicki Minaj is like an insane person. Like now, again, I feel like I've never followed her really. So I couldn't tell you the way that she was when she was in 2010 or whatever. But she seems like she's lost it. Birdman ruins everyone. Actually, that is a good, yeah. That's probably true. She's been on a steady decline, yeah. That sounds like he's the Weinstein of rap. Wouldn't that be Diddy? I guess like there's enough room. Diddy's the Epstein. Yes, I see what you mean though. He's a very evil man. I can't imagine JD Vance being the candidate though. It is interesting that they are like moving on from the fact that like even if they could get Trump to run again, like he's not there now, and he has 3 years left of being the president. Do you know what I mean? Like there isn't a third term. Like it's not a democracy. It's like a physical capability thing. He's out of juice. He's like Bidening. He's literally Bidening. The panties thing. Can someone link that to me? Because yes, I heard about that. I didn't watch the clip. Here we go.
I had these animals trying to attack me at Mar-a-Lago. They went into my wife's closet, and I'll say this, number one, it's very bad, but it sounds a little strange. They looked at her drawers. You have drawer, and then you have drawer. They looked at both. And she's a very meticulous person, you know, like these people, it's just like she'd fit into your group very well. She'd be very happy with her, but everything is perfect. Her undergarments, I want to use a nice, sometimes referred to as panties, are folded, perfect, wrapped. Okay. They're like so perfect. I said, that's beautiful. You know, it's the part of the world she came from. Everything was perfect, no problem. Fold, sure. Fold, fold. I think that she steams them, make sure. Just sitting. We came home. I wasn't there when the raid took place. A raid of a popular president, a former president. She opened the drawers and it was not that way.
They're talking about when the feds raided Mar-a-Lago because Trump was just like housing a shit ton of documents.
They were a mess.
Presumably.
It was all over the place.
My only reaction to this is that one speed gif. Let me find it. It's just
I'm gay.
Ewan, thank you. That's the only reaction I can have. My barely conscious pedophile president. Yeah. Like, there's not, like, he could be, like, the shadow president, Veg. Like, I'm sure what's going to happen, I think, is he's going to endorse a candidate. And then that's going to be, like, the Trump candidate. I mean, I wonder whether that even works. If his approval keeps getting worse. Oh, this is real grim. Everyone wants to know what the Republican Gen Z think. Like, that's the thing that's annoying. Like they all just think like the Holocaust didn't happen and that Hitler's based. 18-year-old Hispanic Baptist Republican woman attending college who considers herself very right-wing. She didn't vote. 28-year-old white high school graduate, property manager. These are not... Actually, you know what? Never mind. 28 is young. I changed my mind. These are very young individuals. To an extent, like, extremely young. 28-year-old white Baptist stay-at-home mom of 2. Trade school Republican. Here's the real fucking groiper. Literally, okay. 20-year-old white Christian landscaper who considers himself very right-wing and voted for Trump. Isn't sure he'll vote in the next election. Close follow of Nick Fuentes. Yeah. And so, literally, yeah. 29-year-old Baptist woman. 25-year-old non-denominational Protestant. 24-year-old white Baptist. Okay. This is... Where do you get your political views from? Spotify podcasts like Tucker Carlson or Rumble with Nick Fuentes. Wait, hold on. I'm going... I can't stream for too long because I have Christmas related activities. Like, I've been in the political... Where you get your news? Guy who's been in the political radio space for 40 years. Crom Carmike. Who the fuck is Crom? These are fake people. This is like a fascist. Like, someone invented a fascist. What is wrong with this guy? What the fuck? Like, this isn't real. Like, he's like, is he joking? No. Guest Crom Carmichael and Social Security. Solving the affordability. Insights from Crom Carmichael. These are like esoteric fascists I don't even know of. From YouTubers to TikTok, social media. I don't know who that is. Again, like deep cut influencers. Oh my god, we're so cooked, dude. She's like, is it Dancing with the Stars lady? Is that what it said here? Alex Earl, one of the requests is Braxton Berrios. These are fake people. Fuck you. Recently broke up after dating for 2 years. How do I not know the most known blonde? Is this embarrassing that I don't know who this is? Oh, did she popularize Get Ready With Me videos? Yeah, these are Glupshinos to me. I'm sorry. Podcasters, Alex Clark, Brett Cooper. Alex Clark is another one I don't know. You don't have TikTok? I have TikTok. I famously have TikTok. I don't know who this is. Young Republican lady. Okay. Twitter, Tucker Carlson. This guy's annoying. It's got like the Twitter, X, Instagram, podcast, and Spotify. Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan. Mostly a lot of Christian podcasts. There's so many podcasts out there. My dad fills me in on everything. That's so cool. Okay, how is the country doing currently? Improving. I think there's a major culture shift that has happened. That's the main reason I would say there's improvement. I think the economy has improved as well. That's so cool. It's so cool that, like, one of the interesting things about the affordability crisis, like there was something I was seeing that like there was no actual one-to-one with like how bad inflation has gotten in an area compared to how bad people say it is. Like it is a very vibe based thing, especially because it's just like most people compare it to how they are doing personally. So it's very easy for this to just become a partisan thing, where like Republicans are like, no, the economy is doing so much better now. There's culture shift toward an America First mindset. So yeah, they're still in like there are people who like the only content they consume is like the Brett Cooper podcast, who think that like remember the Cruel Kids table, like media piece, like they think that period of the world when Trump just like started is culturally still the case. It's like actually it's even more than when Trump got it initially. The economy settling. Referring to the economy, like settling is such a funny way of saying that. It's like your stomach after you took a Pepto-Bismol because you like too much to drink or something. It's like it's settling. It's actually we could have had a moment here, right here, but we're fine. Financial cost of things is improving. Supply chains are finally starting a little bit back on track, and jobs and stuff like that. I also thought about polarizing just because, I mean, if you look at the way people vote on, or the way that the House makes decisions, it's all just become very split down the middle. This is improving partly because of tax incentives. This is like the Nick guy, the Nick Fuentes. Whenever you see the new tax incentives for employees, that's going to bring more money into their pocket. It is funny, like Nick Fuentes is like a secret Buckley out guy. Oh, it's because of COVID. He says it's settling because of COVID. Oh my God. It's cool that this is the world that people live in. No, yeah, right. I see. So what are the odds that a lot of these people just view like the tariff stuff as like, it's like fake news and it's like actually fine. And any component in which like the economy's been fucked up recently is just like is a product of like the Biden lockdowns. That's not the Fuentes guy? Oh, okay. Oh, this is the Fuentes guy. Of course, okay. That makes much more sense. I feel like people have woken up with Christianity. I feel like that is a big part of people's lives. It was Charlie Kirk. I feel like when he was killed was when people started to actually wake up. My aunt, she was a big non-believer, and then when all that stuff happened, she got encouraged to go to church, and now she's going every Sunday. Imagine believing in God because Charlie Kirk got slimed. That's crazy. I think it's doing worse. Right now, more than in years past, just given I'm about to graduate, and it's a really hard job market right now. So that's like someone who has to contend with the job market. Oh, here's the Fuentes guy. Oh God. I feel like the country's worsening, and really because of immigration. See, this is a Fuentes guy. I feel like who is in the country makes up the country and dictates what kind of country it's going to be. I don't feel like the Trump admin is doing enough to deport people. I mean, this is like, again, like the opposite of media opinion. I need resources for that, but they're deporting about as many people as Biden and Obama did. They're targeting about 1 million by the end of this term, which is what Obama did. I feel like that's not nearly enough. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's so funny when people like convince themselves like, is Fuentes becoming based? Like that's still why he's breaking with Trump. Which political figure or media personality best represents you? I used to agree a lot with Matt Wolf. I think he's very aggressive, but he's pretty close. I think he's very aggressive with the left wing, and I do think showing hostility to the people on the other side is the wrong thing to do. See, this is interesting. This is another reason why Fuentes is a smarter political operative. It's because he's able to like quote unquote play nice enough that you do get the people on the left who are like the slop Dems, I guess, who are like, ooh, he's saying National Socialism, and he's saying that we shouldn't use tragedies to like that are politically useful to rub it in our enemies' faces or whatever. Charlie Kirk. Let's go. We are Charlie Kirk. And that Kennedy guy with the raspy voice. It's Charlie Kirk. This is going to look so weird to someone in like 5 years. That it's like you ask the median Republican young person their politics and they're like, we are Charlie Kirk. Like, could you imagine this gets printed when Charlie Kirk doesn't die? Like, Control F Charlie Kirk, how many times do you think it comes up? Like, it's at least once. He still is like an important figure, but it's not as much as it is now. Joe Rogan's my favorite. Tucker Carlson. Where's the Graper? I really like Fuentes. I feel like he puts a strong emphasis on social conservatism and Christianity. And America first. Charlie Kirky. Rand Paul is awesome. Being a Rand Paul guy now is awesome. Tucker, Charlie Kirk. Tucker. Who started for Nick Fuentes? Just over half of participants put their hand up. Moderator, what do you think of him? I think it's hilarious. I agree with him on a lot of points. He definitely doesn't care about how it's going to be reacted to, which I respect. But I also think it can be kind of dangerous. I think I read earlier that he's not ever planning on running for political office, which I think is probably a good thing. There's a lot of baggage attached to him. I just think he's funny. This is interesting. Said all black people should be in jail on Piers Morgan, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's kind of a psycho. At its core, I believe a lot of what he says, but I think the delivery is kind of poor. Like, I feel that way about Trump. But he's America first. He's not anti-helping out other countries, but he's like, we can't be putting our country at risk because of it. These people have such like childish understandings of politics. It is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, the American soft power, to how it was set up. Where it's like, yeah, having
okay.
people...
I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
Thank you for the 10 gift subs. Thank you so much. We have to see it. Adrian is online. Thank you. The 890 gift subs total. Thank you.
I am gay.
Coordinator as well. Thank you. What was I going to say? About like they set up the soft power system that's like, well, it's having influence over countries means that you can exert your influence. Like, if having them depend on you for things exerts influence over them. You're not getting cucked. But it's like, look, we can help countries. It's just we don't want to put ourselves at risk. It's like, what are we even talking about? What? Atticus, yes, awesome fucking name. I dig him. He knows his market. He's not trying to please everyone. He's definitely going after more of the shock value of some of his stuff. Personally, I think a lot of the time he's just joking. He says a lot of things for shock value. He does collaborations with black people. I think he's very dangerous for our side of things. This is interesting. The right's already been accused of being racist and invalidating women's issues and things like that. Like, what are we even... Like, do you understand the movement you're a part of, man? You think Nick Fuentes is the weak link there? Like, Bryce is a lib. He is talking about Sneeko. Yes, the collaborations. It's why the left keeps drawing people in. Whether it's getting... whether it gets clips or whether people take it seriously or not, the fact that you can make light of it makes it so look bad. I think being too radical pushes away people. You have like the optics. Oh shit, there's a debate. Awesome. We have the 20-year-old Nick Fuentes guy defending his God Emperor's honor. I would just disagree. As far as Fuentes is concerned, I feel like his viewpoints would have been mainstream not that long ago, which is like so awesome. I mean, I guess you're right in the sense that like when is the concept of spousal rape become legally like when were women legally allowed to own to like have a bank account? If you're saying something like most women want to be raped, well, 50 Shades of Grey, I mean, that's a classic right-wing annoying, like, clearly if women have BDSM fantasies, it means that they want to be raped. That's clearly Likes to stir the pot. Which is crazy. That's a crazy example to use of like Nick Fuentes being correct. No, yeah, you gotta cover your drink around Andrew. Reminds me of Andrew Tate Republican Party. The Andrew Tate Republican Party? I didn't know that was a party. I didn't know that they were doing that. Addressing a common problem with the solutions are the solutions to go by. So I think a lot of people can relate to what he's saying because he's going, oh, this is the problem. It's brain rot and misinformation. He wants to get married and have babies. Oh, I'm so excited for Andrew's response. I'm Christian, and no offense to any women here, but there's not a ton of good traditional Christian women out there. This is so awesome. The pick-me's. 100%. There's no modesty. Imagine being a pick-me for... There's no modesty. I mean, they're walking out in their bras and fucking underwear. Cover it up. Well, I think modesty is a virtue, but even modesty aside, I think if you look at the heart, you look at the values, people are not heavily leaning towards settling down or finding someone to build a life with. That's so awesome. I love the... It's so embarrassing. Like, don't you feel embarrassed? How's the dating market? This is what I want to know. Yeah, Ashley talking about hoflation. You go on great dates that it ends after like 5 months. No one wants to stick through the uneven phase. This is so revealing. I do find it interesting when people, like, there was an extent to which you could talk about the structural problems with dating, but like you can't blame that too much, you know? Because if really the thing you're saying is like, when people get to know me, they leave. Like when they really start to know me, as opposed to the like person that the face that you show to someone when you're meeting them for the first time, then they leave. Like, I mean, you can't just say that's a structural issue. I go to a lot of weddings. That's a good one. Sophie's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. People are getting married. Sounds like a skill issue. I was invited to a wedding last year, and it was too early, so I slept in and skipped it to beast mode. That is so awesome. It's such a good contribution to the discourse. Thank you, Bryce. I'm not into the dating scene, but I do believe it's hard to find someone. Here we go. Yes, Andrew. I want to know what Andrew has to say. I'm most interested in the like 20-year-old griper. I know a lot of guys who are pretty successful, who are in pretty good shape and successful, and they have a hard time finding a good Christian woman. I'm successful. I do pretty well. I make almost 100,000. I'm only 20 years old. So this isn't a top of the mind concern for me. Flexing the not even 6 figures is awesome. I see a lot of tattoos. I don't like that. I see a lot of promiscuity with women, and I don't like that either. What are the odds that Andrew is fucked? I see a lot of feminism too, a lot of bossy women. I look at my mother, and I see a very traditional conservative woman, and I don't see that in other women around. Oh, why can't women be more like my mom? Oh, okay. All right, man. Yeah. This is like an American Psycho situation, maybe. What are the women who think about feminism? I hate it. I think true feminism could work. That's cool that the lady who's like, I don't know, I go to plenty of weddings. Should women be able to vote? Yes. But should we be demoralizing ourselves as women? Should we be demoralizing ourselves as women and our true values? That's a great question. I don't know what it means. I used to work, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom, and there was a time where that was really frowned upon. I think that's sad. I think the family culture and values have been diminished. Does anyone think women should not be allowed to vote? Only Andrew raises his hand. That's kind of beast mode of him, honestly. I just feel like women are very emotional and that politics is a man's discipline. My mother actually believes this. You gotta stop bringing up your mom, man. Oh. I know some other women who believe that. I just feel like I've never really seen a woman who truly understands politics. Yeah, that might be your issue with... Sophie is telling him it's a skill issue. Have you ever thought about the fact that a woman's emotions are a beautiful thing and they might complement a man? And that, yes, maybe we make different decisions because of emotions. This is so cool, too. And she's like, women are more emotional. But, like, have you considered that's actually a good thing? Have you considered that, like, the child rearing sex in virtue of our natural feminine, like, actually should be given some sort of insight that raising kids, you know, I think it's a beautiful thing. No, I don't agree with Andrew on this. Wow, what a simp. Women are more emotional, but politics affect them too. I just don't think it aligns with politics. I think politics is a different discipline than what the female mind is designed for. This is fascinating too, because, like, you see this with anyone who idolizes, like, a debate guy. Well, I mean, like, the lib version of this is, like, guy who watches a lot of Destiny and thinks that he can do the Destiny, like, I'm in a room of 10 people and I'm, like, very quickly, like, I have a very quick response for everyone that's, like, prepared or whatever. That, like, he wants to do the Nick Fuentes thing, but he's, like, not quite good at it. He doesn't have, like, the charisma required to do that in a oh, who's next president? I think JD Vance. What? There's this guy, he's a streamer, his name is Papa Gut. That's an insane fucking poll, bro. Is that the guy I think? That's so awesome. I'm a Papa Gut Republican. It's this guy. I'm a Papa Gut Republican. Yeah, me too. I'm JD Vance. Yeah, because, like, people are like, they don't actually, even now, they don't even like JD Vance. Like, everyone knows that that's not really going to be the... Someone said Victor Max. Like, you have to say someone who could actually be the president. Like, you have to... Yeah, Papa God, I thought he was, like, a lib, right? Most people are... Like, you can't, like, if someone was, like, Hassan Piker, it'd be like, well, fuck off. Like, that's not... JD Vance. This guy's beast, actually. Michelle Obama. That's such a beast. I voted Donald Trump last time. I'm not voting based on the party issue. It's crazy how much, like, Michelle Obama could win against JD Vance in, like, states that we haven't even heard of yet. Like, she's winning in, like, Hyperborea. She's winning in Agartha. Donald Trump, run it back. FDR did 4 terms. Beast mode, let's go. Donald Trump for 4 terms, bro. He needs to be 95 as the president. Steve Bannon. Yeah, I guess that is your answer if you're, like, a Fuentes guy. Because you're like, who's actually with the fascist program? It's kind of sad, though. We gotta bring back Brandon, more Joe Biden. Vance. DeSantis is so cucked. Bloomberg, that's so beast. Spencer Cox. Who are you, Spencer? Cox. Oh, the Utah governor. Like, is that just, like, you just heard him in the news? You're like, I like how he responded to the Charlie Kirk thing. Do you want any stocks? Just over half of participants. Why not have any stocks? I don't, because I have a trust fund. That's... Oh, he's dad. Yeah. Isn't that just stock? Like, I don't know in stocks. I would, like, surely you have, those are stocks. Yeah, I'm not insane. People are so fucking stupid. I don't. I just have a 401k. A 401k, if that counts. It does. That's a stock. Never had the interest or the knowledge. It's not the path I'm on right now. My husband gets stocks offered through his work. I'm sure he's at a fucking startup. Fuentes Cruz's actual best pick is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, that is ironic. That she's yeah. Although she's done, isn't she? She's leaving politics now. I just stock trading I don't have any money for the market. Yeah, bro lost all his fucking money on GameStop. 401k. Be better off economically than your parents. Majority raise a hand to indicate they will be better off economically. That's fascinating. Make more money than my parents did at this age, and my parents already had 2 houses. With the interest rates where they are, currently my mortgage would eat up almost half my income. Like buying a house today, the cost of living. I don't think we'll be able to afford the same thing that our parents... Wait, am I reading this question wrong? You will be better off economically. They will be better off. I'm surprised about that. Is that like cope? Got a little earlier start than my parents did. My dad, he didn't really start making grown-up money until he was in his late 20s or 30s. I'll be able to buy a house in about a year and a half. Are you looking to buy a house? I'm working and setting myself up to buy. I'd like to live in Franklin. Obviously, I can't afford anywhere like that. And I have an uncle in the real estate market right now. And he's just saying, especially with the recent shutdown, things have been tough. What is broken in the American economy? Healthcare. I've got kids. I agree with that. Oh, this is more conversation. I have kids. I can't pay that. I can't pay for insurance. I have an insurance. See, this is like it's crazy that the Dems dropped M4A. It's such an easy issue. Like, if you make the election about that, I don't think that guy Luigi Mangione went about it the right way. I can see it's so frustrating they squandered that moment. Bosk, thank you for the prime. Like, what was the Luigi approval rating when he did that? Like, it was surprisingly high. I thought it was really disgusting how a lot of people on the left celebrated that, like they did with Charlie Kirk. That's so funny. It's so funny, the Fuentes guys, like, they've like looped back around. They become so right wing that they become like moderates now. Capitalism as a system as a whole is significantly better than other economic systems. For example, socialism. So this person is polarized into believing that like socialized healthcare is socialism. Okay, to take a life or use political violence. No. I really try to lean away from the death penalty. As a Christian, thou shalt not kill. It's like a Fuentes. Here we go. What do we think of Adolf Hitler? I think he was a great leader, to be honest. I think he was what he was going for was terrible, but I think he showed up for very strong leadership values. We're so good, like, America is just a fascist country. I'm in favor of a strong executive. I think we should have a stronger executive branch. I don't think we should be killing people or doing mass genocide, obviously. I mean, is that obvious if you're a Fuentes guy? One of the biggest problems Trump is running to right now is all these little courts. They want to throw up little blockages against everything. It's so funny, these people, like, Adorno has this concept of a pseudo-conservative, where it's like, they think that they are conservative, but like, what they actually want is something that was never, they're not making reference to older existing institutions. Like, you hate America. You hate the American system. You're like, these 3 branches of government is fucking stupid. There needs to be a single branch of government, and it is the God Emperor. Like, that's not conservatism. You're not conserving anything. I support national sovereignty. Hitler was a nationalist. He was like, we have to take Germany back for Germans. And I feel like we should do that in America. For our native population. And what is America's... I myself am actually Jewish ancestrally. I'm Christian by faith, but Jewish by blood. I've actually read Mein Kampf. I saw this. I saw a screenshot of this where it was just, I've actually read. And it's like, you'll never guess which book he was talking about. And it was like, Mein Kampf is the easiest guess there, ever. Then conclusions that he came to absolutely abominable, but I strangely understood what he was coming from. That's so fucking stupid. Mein Kampf, imagine being tricked by, it's like losing to a dog at chess. Because, like, no one liked, even the high, like, ranking Nazi officials did not like Mein Kampf. It's a shitty fucking book. It's poorly written. He made all those people suffer, and I want to do ungodly things to people who do things like that. What do you think of Jewish people? They've got Hollywood on lock. Don't they own, like, a ton of the media? No different than black people, Asian people, any other people today. This guy's woke. Bryce is, I would say, a force for evil. I don't see why we support Israel. Let me clarify that, Andrew. You think Jewish people are a force for evil? Yes, sir. It doesn't bother me if it's true. Those slurs, if you're racist or whatever, that just rolls off my back. This is my country. My people have been here since the American Revolution. What are the odds that this guy is like Italian? Do you know what I mean? You know, like what are the odds that like you're not? There's no way that you're like Wasp. Every single time, yeah, he's like Romanian. My boyfriend and I were just discussing between Judaism and Christianity. We were looking at biblical terms. The only difference is they don't believe in the New Testament. I think for me, any classification of a whole group of people, I just don't think you can say the entire group is bad. My husband is Jewish. It's so crazy, like, how do you feel that you're in a room with someone who's literally like, your husband is a force for evil? I hear pro-Israel content all the time from certain pastors, and it makes me question them. That's fascinating. I'm sure that's like a really big division, even like for young conservatives. Bryce is part Jewish. Yes, though this guy's Jewish. Yes, he said he was Jewish by blood, but that he's like converted to Christianity. I definitely think genocide is bad. It's crazy that like think about where we've gotten now that like the young Republicans are saying the G word on this. I see the pros in having a relationship with Israel. How do we know that the entire number from Gaza is being accurately represented to us? Is he saying, oh, I see, he's saying that the number is lower than it is. I want to see Bryce's opinion. It's one thing to declare war on terrorists. I tend to avoid topics on Israel. My feelings are so conflicted. This is the most I've given to a subject. I wish the genocide never even started. I feel conflicted on the subject from a biblical standpoint. I don't think we should, because he wants the, I don't think we should have anything to do with putting weapons in Israel. Yeah, no. It's crazy how created that, like, I don't think that either Dem or Republican institutions are ready for. This is like the weird evangelical thing of like the Jews have to be in Jerusalem. I personally don't mind if the U.S. has a relationship with Israel. That's what do you think about the war in Ukraine? Scam, calculated, over-involved. I don't really care. Legal immigrants should be deported. 13 of the 20 said they agreed. 7 did not. I personally need someone to explain immigration problems to me. I've never had any problem with immigration, period. I think most of Europe can fit in Texas, so I don't understand why it's such a big issue. People are so fascinating. Some people are coming over here and they are truly seeking refuge and they are trying their best. Other people are coming over to traffic. Are some groups better at assimilation than others? I saw a recent tweet about like, this was why I was reading off my Wikipedia articles and one of them was like the haplo group. Because someone was saying like, there was a map of haplogroup stuff and it was like, anyone who's in the like Western Europe or Central one, I can't remember what it's called. Like they can be assimilated, but if you're like out of that, it's completely cooked. And then like one of them is like the Balkan one isn't. Is it I1 and I2 haplogroups? Which I do love the implication because haplogroup is through your father, right? I do like the implication that I am completely unassimilatable. I'm just cooked. I don't wanna. Muslim and Arab Americans. Trouble classifying a Muslim or a certain race group is a problem. Completely different culture is different. All immigration should be stopped completely. Only Andrew put his hand up. The legal immigration, in my opinion, is a bigger issue than the illegal immigration. Coming over, these are the ones who are shaping society. We're a Christian nation, they're Hindu. I also don't have I don't have a problem as long as it's legal. H-1B visas. I think we should get rid of them. I'm sure he's very polarized on the issue. Abortion. This is a topic I want to say. I want to say under no circumstances should it be legal, but you get into topics of ectopic pregnancies. This is the thing that's so annoying, or it's so insane to me. It's like the Catholicism has a rule where if there's an ectopic pregnancy, it's fine to do an abortion. If you're saving the mother, it's fine. What is that? The law of, there's a specific theological term for that, where it's like, yeah, if you're killing the baby to save the mother, which in this case, the concept is, it's a murder because it's the double effect. Is that the one? I think. I don't support anything late term or anything like that. Being a woman, putting myself in that position would be extremely difficult, so I could agree with that. But say a girl's raped and she got pregnant, she should be able to abort that baby. I'm adopted, so yeah. Okay, well, if you're adopted, I guess we shouldn't, ectopic pregnancies shouldn't be. There's so many families that want to have a freaking baby and would do anything to have it. I mean, I guess if you're adopted, Lauren, I guess that women should be forced to carry a rape baby to term. Let's see.
Most people in the West, in free countries like America, seem to think that what we have is the natural order of things. We behave like fish in water. We just don't realize this is what we're swimming in. But it's actually very unusual what we have. And one of the lines I try to draw in this book is...
It's just Islam, like Bill Maher's Islamophobia.
Democracies, the liberal democracies...
I see. I'm good. Oh, here we go.
If you actually want to bring down prices, if you actually want affordability, we know the things that make affordability happen here. They are free markets, deregulation, free trade, comparative advantage. That's what brings prices down. Some people are going to do a lot better than others. Some people...
Ben Shapiro is so funny. Like, you can really tell for all of this, he's like he wants to be a prominent Republican, but like he's never wanted to be a Trump guy. You can tell he wants to be like a budget hawk conservative.
People will be victims of creative.
Like he's just so cooked. I feel like we've been trying all that stuff since World War II. Biden was doing that with free trade. We lost all of our manufacturing. Biden governed better than that. I think Joe Biden is preferable to Ben Shapiro. I think AOC is preferable to Ben Shapiro. What do you think society thinks of gun conservatives? We're very cold people. I don't think we should be dangerous in the sense of violence, but I think we should be dangerous in that we have to take power in other ways. We do not need to be dangerous in a sense of we have to make the elites listen to us. We do need to be dangerous. So not violence, but anything other than that. Well, I mean, that leaves a lot, doesn't it? The representation of like young people is either you're a groyper or you're a Christian nationalist. Groyper is a funny term. Anyway, we're cooked. It's over. America's a fascist. All of those people would be very happy to do fascism. They would love it. Okay, I gotta go. I have a family thingy. We're doing our Slava. It's a Serbian thing. It's a Serbian thing. You wouldn't get it. Join the Discord. I'll think you want to go live. I'll be off for the week for Christmas. But we'll be live. Srečna Slava. I cannot pronounce it, embarrassingly. Live in a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday usually. We'll be back next Sunday. Let's get the internet Sasha raid. Go, very funny streamer. Deserves more viewers. I'm gonna get Christmases and everything. My favorite, there was a Jokic thing where it was like right before Christmas, and then someone was interviewing him and before we go, and he's like, oh, what are you gonna do for Christmas? And he's like, it's not my Christmas, brother, because it's like it's the Julian calendar, so they celebrate Christmas differently. And he's like, oh, sorry, happy holidays. Because he thought, like, Jokic is like, brother, I celebrate Kwanzaa or something. Which I think is very funny. Anyway, I'll see you later.